That's better. Hello. Goodbye. Neat. Haha. Okay, so this is just a brief testificate update after my last little adventure. By the end of the episode, at which point I really had to stop because my disc was actually full, I had 2 testificates here, and I had to go off and look for others, right? So it's actually been a while since that recording, midweek, and now it's Sunday. Look at this. They had so many of these guys. And the point being, I got the other 2, and they have been spreading since then quite well. I do have to say I'm not entirely thrilled with the extent of their spread, because they've stayed basically where I put them. They'll use these guys over here and these over here, but not much else. I don't know if they've created any new. This guy's new. I had only 1 white shirt when I brought him over, and now there's like 3 or 4 of them. That's all they made at first, was new ones of those. This purple guy's brand new. Hello. I might have to take you up on that at some point. That wouldn't be too hard for me to do. So yeah, there has been progress. Now, the question for me is why. I mean, here's a whole slew of doors, and they've managed to follow the doors down this far and go in there. I haven't seen any evidence that they've gone this far, and they certainly haven't come around to the other side. They don't seem to see this place at all. And notice I put in these steps to facilitate that to some degree, so that maybe they would accidentally or even intentionally spread to the second level. As you can see here it is, and the bottom of the stairs are well within their perceived territory. But I except for that, which I don't know if I've done, I haven't seen any evidence that they've moved up at all. So I'm thinking I might have to build another rail system that pushes a few of them up here intentionally. So my question to the audience at this point is whether or not, or what about this design is not working, basically. You know, why are they only down here? What range do they see new doors? You know, why is it that they can come to the door that's right here, but then not go any further? How do they determine the center of the village? How do they determine where they will and will not go? What can I do to spread them out a little bit? You know, things like that. So, you know, here's what I've got to work with. I still have to, by the way, finish the top floor. But I can say I took the time to flesh this, the eastern, I believe, pylon out, the one that faces into the sunrise. I had to do various things to keep the testificates up like this. But so far they haven't really gone anywhere, so it might be a kind of a moot point. But let me show you. Man, I might just do a full episode. Blink. I'll put that back. But I did this. I did this in the previous episode. You guys have seen that. I extended it a little bit down further from what you last saw, but obviously not down to where I intend to go. There's what's a little left of my island. Let's see. But you see, I filled out this wall. There were big gaps in it before. So now, really, I have a finished initial template, except for the top, I suppose. So I thought I had a boat. I'm not sure now if it's on this side or the other side. I think it's on the other side, frankly. I may be messing with myself over here. Yeah, I'm on the wrong side of the island. Dang it. I'm sorry, tree, you gotta go. It was good knowing you, tree. Oh, crap. Oops. Oh, that works on shift, too? I didn't know that. Duh. Okay, so apparently that feature works on more than one button. Now I need a boat. Hell, I need 3 boats. Haha. I recently was able to get my boat back. This was a new thing. So here, let's take a brief externalized tour. How do you like my mainland? Of the place. So here you go. From a distance, it's not looking so bad. Obviously, it needs more work. So there's all this stuff underneath. You know, maybe the tower should be higher. Because you see this right here in the middle is the top of one of, it's the top of the only house I've gone that tall with. And so it's kind of obscuring the tower. And maybe that's okay, maybe it's not. But definitely looking under here, this needs some sort of support. I don't know if it'll go straight down or if maybe it will curve off this way. But certainly, I have now to decide on the next major sub-project to this citadel. Tower, Island, Palace, Castle, Village. Let's go around the other side. The other side's a bit more extreme. Because over here you have island still. And that's another thing. When this is finished, I'm going to have to flesh out the island so that you can still tell that it's on an island. Because all of this down here might go away, depending on what I do. Like here's obviously where I intend for another walkway. You know, the 4th floor down. But if it's going to be in keeping with this, then that kind of means that the 4th floor would be even wider and larger than the 3rd, which means all this would absolutely vaporize. Alternatively, it could be shallower, like a boat. This could begin to turn inward, and the 4th and potentially 5th levels are smaller than the ones above them. I could do that. I also mean for this tower to have like a harbor village down here. And that needs to be decided on. But yeah, you see, like, here's the core tower. The thing I started with the very first thing. Come on, go, go, go. Oh, it's getting dark already. So obviously all of this needs to be fleshed out. All of that, at first I thought, well, okay, the tower will look really neat coming out of the cleft of this island mountain. But it's going to disappear under this building. Absolutely. So if it's going to disappear, we should decide how it's going to disappear. You know, that stupid turn down the auto-saving business. In the server features, I have it turned off. Not the saving, it's still saving. I just had the notifications turned off, and yet it's still happening anyways. So there it is. Needs work. How do you like the underwater thing? It now has, because I put in powered rail, there had to be a way to have the little things underneath. So that turned into creating support structures, and that goes all the way. That took a bit of work. Ooh, I just like that mainland. I like this forest up there. It's too bad that doesn't happen more naturally in the world. I've seen 1 or 2 places where it got close, but not to that degree. So, right, I will pause here. I'll make more for this episode, which now officially is 23. But I have to make decisions first, and before I make any decisions, I have to do some work on CPAN stuff. So, all right, I'll see you guys in a bit. Oh, God, and I'm sorry about the stupid chair. I wonder if there's a way to, like, algorithmically soften out those stupid noises. You know, because that would be easier than, I don't know, WD-40. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Lightning! Okay, I am back for the continuance of episode 23. 'Tis raining, it is dark. When is it not dark? On the world of Deneb. So, I tweaked. Ooh, don't burn my stuff down. I tweaked Is there another little purple guy? Wow, they've been busy. Oh, look, 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 look. I have a smith. His name is Sebastian Pickle. Well, no it isn't, but maybe it is. I will let you decide. No, let's see. Yeah, no, I tweaked. In part because I tried moving testificates around. I put up rail and I pushed them up the side, and I had 2 of them up there and they started climbing the tree, and that didn't work out so well. They still will not use this area. I'm kind of sad. It's probably because there's no sky, but I don't know what to do about that. Anyways, I did get some over here on this side, and I think they just perceive it. What was he looking at? As another village being on this side. And there aren't many over here yet. I think they see each other through the walls because they spend a lot of time back here, and I've even seen little hearts where he was alone. So I think they're seeing each other through the wall. But in any case, there's a few on this side. Yeah, there's another guy. I think these are the one. Ooh. But I wanted them to be able to move up and down easily. And of course, this wall here offers good symmetry for it. But it doesn't quite proceed up through this. So it's only here. And you notice, I opened this up a little bit, but it's still kind of clogged. So I might need a better solution on this side. I started putting in some windows. Since I did this though, I have seen some up here. And unfortunately, though I've seen no incidences yet, unfortunately, I saw one up top, like here. And jumping around, do it, like this. I think it was actually on the one over there, but you get the idea. And that introduces the possibility of harm. So that means I need to finish these buildings. So I might actually... Oh, see, there he is, right there. Hello. Ooh, same. You're one of the originals I brought over. But look at that. Oh, see, he's okay now, but something must be done. I'm not sure if they see these as rooms, though, because they're still open to the sky. But you know what? For the time being, I think what I'm going to do is finish these buildings in this style, because that's not so bad. So let me do that. Hello. They've been really busy on this side, though. I've seen like 3 new ones just recently. Like little guys. I mean, not just guys I couldn't explain, but this guy is relatively new. Oh. Anyways, let us finish some buildings. Spontaneous coughing for your benefit. Oh, see, did you see that? I saw that. They've made it this far. Oops, see, actually there's one now. They've made it this far, and I have seen them in I've seen them in here. 2 at once at one point. But I have not seen them colonize anything further down. These have gone unused. I would like to see the logic they employ to be improved so that they do actually own things and have dedicated houses, and maybe even squabbles from time to time, sort of like Dwarf Fortress, you know. Doink, 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 doink. You know what? I don't know if I'm gonna have enough. If I remember correctly, I probably need some of this and some of this, just because the stairwells were this color, weren't they? Okay, what else? I need a bunch of this. And you know what I don't have? I don't have a pick I want to use, because gem cutter is valuable in the extreme. You can do it. There you go. Hello. Squash. I like lightning. I like thunder, especially in real life. We had actually just maybe a couple hours ago. Wow, I've forgotten how to use buttons. Actually. A tiny little thunderstorm passed through in front of my house condo window. Ooh. Mossy stone. Ideas occur to me. I do not know if they are appropriate. Oh, that's what I wanted. No, that's not what I wanted. Didn't I have... Oh well, not to waste your time or anything. Let's go get a little bit of stuff. Oh, I hate that. Oh, I hate that. Oh, I made it. Okay, good. Okay, you know what? I'll pause it for a bit while I go ahead and do some mining. And I've mined enough, so I'm gonna continue. Whoops. So, okay. Actually, before I do that, let me... Anybody know how I turn my screen off here? Blink. That's it. Okay. And there I is. And there I is. Okay. So, let me... What would be a good angle? Oh, there's a helicopter going by outside. Well, here, I'll make this big blob, this block over here on the right. We'll have to do. Excuse me. Oh, that's one of those naval helicopters. Or no, U.S. Marines. Anyways, okay, so there I am, and on the left, right. On the right-hand side of your screen is ding, tier 1, the topmost tier of Tükyt Jet. Now you can see here, the light gray is like the plaza floor, which is what I'm standing on now, in terms of block type. And then you have the 5 houses, and then you see the little garden plots, where basically where the trunk comes through to the upper tier, and the little white circles inside the brown circles, and the brown circles are the houses, the wood floors basically. This is all very color coded. The spiral in the center is of course the stairwell, and then the magma, but the little white circles with a dot in the middle, those are the stairwells that connect the houses at the high level down to their little basements below. So let me here, ding. Sorry, I wish my character could like, ooh, hello, little big heart. Where was I? Oh, tier 2 is now on your screen, and I'm sorry. This is the level below, and you can see it is mostly dominated by rooms that squish right up against the central core. And you can see the 2 side plazas come in and they curl in, but they don't connect. And so it's a bunch of rooms, and you can see the stairwells. They arrive at this level from above, and they have access to little side rooms. You can see on each one there's a side room that juts off, and then a large room that's sort of like a V shape or like a funnel shape or something. And the pattern was repeated on, well, I guess it isn't repeated on all sides. On the well, in this case, east. The pointing down is east in this case. The ones on the eastern side are smaller, but you can see this. There's internal rooms they have access to that you do not have access to from the outside world. And then let's see, ding, tier 3. This is these are all the long narrow rooms. They all have doors that face outwards so that they will appeal hopefully to the testificates, which seems to be working for the most part. And the cluster of rooms at the back, but there's this corridor that passes underneath, or through, well in this case, and underneath. The long narrow room coming east slash down from the core is where my character is standing now. So you can see it's relatively true to form. So, okay, let me stop that. Let's see. Ding. Hello. Oh, hello. Go back to normal. What else have you got for me? I want to see what you can do for me. Oh, bunk. So close and so far. What am I doing? Oh, no, I wasn't. I didn't need to go over here for that. They're busy. See, look, right through a wall. So here, let's see what you can do for me. I can sacrifice a little bit of gold for an upgrade, right? Ooh, upgrade. What? That's ridiculous. That's just not going to happen. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'll deal with it later. Let me build. I got about 15 safe minutes to work on this episode, right? So let's... Do we have any more little ones I haven't seen? Little white guy. That sounds bad. Little doctor. Librarian person. Little doctor reminds me of Communion. It's an UFO movie based on Whitley Strieber stuff. It's actually okay, but... Well, it's weird. Okay is in the eye of the beholder demon. So these are some of the rooms you were seeing on the thing. I was showing that in part because I want you to get familiar with the layout, because after I've done this up here, I am absolutely going to have to continue construction below. And I am torn between making it even wider or starting to cull it in. I know I've mentioned this before, but cull it in sort of like the underside of a boat. And, you know, what do I do? Should I try planning it like these first 3 tiers, or should I go organic and just follow shapes and do what appeals to me at the time? The only problem is, let's see. So that's on the upper side. This floor is a little bit different than the floors below. Stairwell is definitely this. This is a bit tall. 1, 2, 3, 4. Otherwise, the corners are predictable. Sorry, I want to start doing this on the other sides. Okay, let's see here. I had to do this. Surround the little plaza because the guys were climbing the tree. I had one of them up there in the tree at one point. So let's see, I've done this much. Oh, and I'm going the wrong way. These buildings are still somewhat undecided. Was I smart? I was kind of smart. That's amazing. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm not sure. I'll do some of this and figure out later what I want to do to repair it. I can normalize them so that they all match each other later. For now, I just want to make progress. I'm not sure about this. I don't have enough of these to do all 4 right now, I think. But I'll just, you know, I'll plug away at it. So yeah, I'm thinking about this. That got dark all of a sudden. Those floors below. Now I wish I could see what I had done. But this does keep going. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, oops, oh. So hey, you know what? All those that CPAN presentation I was stressing about, hey, that's done. That's done, and it didn't go so bad. I didn't really have any. I got a little not lost, a little distracted, I guess, a couple of times, but I did not have like anxiety or anything. The geek people were out in force, like 3 or 4 of them. They're looking pretty hard for people who can do Pearl, or at least one person who can do Pearl, as they are themselves a Pearl shop, which I appreciate. But I am in no position, unfortunately, at this time to help. But you know, hey, if someone out there is listening and does Pearl and wants to live in the Northern Virginia, you know, DC area, hey, they may be able to Help. I have recruited for ThinkGeek. But anyways, they were out. They were handing out. They hand out T-shirts too. I got a T-shirt. Haha. Swag, they call it. Oh, and the day before that, I went to Punk. Let's see. And I was successful. No, I wasn't. Okay, so what I was talking about. I went to the Mars thing. And I was... Ooh, Mars thing. Did I talk about that yet? I couldn't have. I barely recorded anything since then. Was that really Monday? And it's Thursday already. Holy cow. Well, anyways. Busy week, yes. Oh, no. I'm sorry, tree. 'Tis the life of trees. I mean, it looks good when they brush up against buildings, but it's kind of unfortunate anyways. How many was that? 2? Oh, there's one over here to do. So, yeah, I didn't go for the whole thing. I got fed up with it, in part because I wasn't hearing anything from them that I wasn't learning on my own through close monitoring of Myriad, NASA's program, basically Twitter feeds and some news aggregators. There was nothing new for me anyways. There were a lot of people who were asking questions. I actually asked a question, and that gave me anxiety. And then the guy who answered was kind of condescending, like whatever. So that put me off going to some of the rest of it. But what really put me off was the crowd to a certain extent. Like, it seems like there was sort of an evangelical Mars group. I realize it sounds strange, but I mean, not in religious terms, but in terms of practice. Like, they wanted to go straight to Mars. That was their sole interest. And the fact that NASA is interested in lassoing, so to speak, a asteroid and bringing it into a safe orbit around or within the vicinity of the moon, not around the moon, for study, is a fantastic step to take. I mean, in no small part because asteroids are incredibly valuable to us. Some of them are almost pure metal. Not all of them. Some are rock and cobble, and some of them are more ice than anything, which is actually amazing for us because we need water out there. We need water very badly. And the fact that most asteroids have some amount of it is really important to us. Super amazing. It makes them stepping stones to the stars, to be weird about it. And we need that. And these people are like, we don't want to waste time with asteroids. Let's just go to Mars. And they kind of didn't let it go. And they were arguing with the official, like the head of NASA opened up this talk. And someone was like, why aren't we going to use a bigger rocket so we can go straight to Mars? And then NASA guys couldn't really reason with him. And he finally gave up and just sort of said, well, ask that again when the guys who helped plan these missions come up. Anyways, it was a little frustrating, and I was getting irritated with the people. So I went to some of it. But actually what made me think of it in the first place was the fact they handed out a little bit of swag too, in the form of, well, a couple things, but mostly there was a T-shirt, which I did not know was a T-shirt. Believe it or not, I did not know this thing I had in my possession was a T-shirt, and there's a reason for that. Because it came in the form of a hockey puck. It was the size, shape, and only slightly lighter, really, than a hockey puck. And I was like, what is this thing? It was wrapped in plastic. It was, some flat cylinder. And it was pretty hard. And I was like, okay, this is a container for something, isn't it? And I opened the plastic outer wrapping, and I was like, but there's no seams. I don't know what this thing is. And then I noticed there was an L on the side. I'm like, L? And then I remembered the guy, when I was registering, the guy was like, okay, what T-shirt size do you want? and you know, L is like a few sizes down for me since I started losing weight, so don't judge. I'm also quite tall, so I'll never be an M, no matter how thin I get, I don't think. But anyways, I was like, wait a minute, this hockey puck is a t-shirt? And it was. And it was in the middle of the office, I started trying to pick it apart. And it was the most wrinkled thing when it came out. It was quite interesting. And but no, it just went through the laundry. In fact, I'm not sure if you can hear it, but the dryer is running out in the background. Because I dry like that. Anyways, it did come out of the wash semi-normal looking, so that's good. Maybe that's what it was designed to do. I just personally never encountered the hockey puck delivery method of t-shirts before. Do-do-do-do. So I have to put floors and inner walls. I'm going to have to collect... Oh, it's starting to rain. It's starting to rain. I love rain. You know, if I'm in a hurry somewhere and I need to show up dry, then okay, I don't like rain so much. But all the rest of the time, I'm like, rain! Rain is so awesome! Unfortunately, caffeine is like, I hate rain. So... Oh, by the way, I am stealing use of her chair right now. Whoa, what was that? That was not intentional. I have run out. I don't need any more of this, do I? So yeah, just so that I wouldn't squeak your ears to death with my old chair, I am borrowing hers, which is an identical model to mine, just much, much younger. And much less cushy. It's quite sturdy at the moment. It really brings to my awareness English how worn out mine actually is. Though it's comfortable for me, so I'm good enough with it. Here is what I need. Oh, Pickle. Let me do this. Boink, boink, boink. Ooh, it's starting to rain pretty hard. I demand lightning, thunder, lightning. All right. So yeah. I'm thinking also. I noticed. Oh, hello, daylight. Ooh, but yeah, you see the spire, the spike, whatever the shape of it is. Ding on your left. Okay. That's pointing towards the rising sun. Did I do that on all four? No, I ran out of steps. I'll have to come back and correct that later. So let me finish these up. These walls, outer walls. Just at least with these outer walls, except for that one, the testificates won't necessarily get themselves killed. Though I seem to have a stable population now, so even if one or two do get themselves killed, I suppose it won't be the end of the world, except for them. Boink. Ooh, my little XM email project is also coming quite along. There's a couple of bugs in terms of permissions and stuff like that, but it functions. I've been sending and receiving email as using an account on that machine with my name on it, so it's quite good. We've decided to sort of start simple. It doesn't take very long. Once you get an email server going, though, it doesn't take very long to start getting spam and finding out who out there has spam bots crawling all over their machine. In this case, Washington.edu. Somebody's infected machine out there has been trying to, or sending junk email at ours, trying to figure out what accounts are available. That is a very common thing. It is unfortunate, but there you have it. It's one of the things we have to fiddle with the rules and spam detection algorithms until we can block most of it out. I don't think you can ever block all of it, but you can definitely get most of it. I mean, I almost never see anything spam-like on my other email things. So it's just a matter of time and familiarity with this one. Luckily, we have the way we're doing email on it makes it a bit easier to secure than some large email host with lots of virtual users and stuff like that. Oh, badonk. So did I leave anything out? See, that wraps around. That's not a bad looking. That's not bad looking. It doesn't seem to have permanently damaged the tree. I'd been mentioning this. Do I have any of the tiles with me? I do not. Okay, never mind. Rain, 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 rain. Oh, I have an old iMac sitting next to me over here that I had gotten from the office a little while ago. For intents as a personal development machine that couldn't, there would be no point of conflict in terms of ownership of things I do in my personal time. And not that it's ever been an issue, but it's nice to have legal securities like that. Anyways, I'm not. No, he's not new. Okay. It's just it's. Basically, I have an offer to buy a newer one for a good discount, and so I am. And that will be Caffeine's paint machine, because she does a lot of digital painting as well. And that will be her machine for that purpose, and playing Minecraft, which is being very mean to her on her old computers that she's got where she is right now. So that'll be an upgrade. And that's coming next weekend, along with ex-co-worker who's coming into town, and we're all going to have green pizza. Haha! Green, any excuse to have green pizza is the law. It is the law to have excuses to have green pizza. Wow, can you hear the rain? Because I can, but then again, I'm here and you're not. Okay, so I just wandered around in circles for no good reason other than to talk. But yeah, the point was, a little brown guy. Little farmer. I don't think I've gotten a new one of those until now. I'm thinking putting in these ramps really connected the village for the people, because they were not going up there on their own before. Now they are, and they're going all the way to the top. Oh yeah, and that's what one thing I was trying to talk about before is they have not seen these end. This is too far away. They can't see it. So what I'm thinking is, as part of what I build below, I might have a house, similar in size to that, like a little dangly house here and a little dangly house there, so they connect together. But that still requires I decide what's going on below. Alright. Well, how does that look to you guys? It's still a bit monochromatic, but at least... One thing I want to do, once I get this settled, is start building probably like indentations or exdentations along the way, along the rims. And then like little one spot, like growing things, like little trees. Small trees like birch. Or cactuses, as long as they're kept away from the villagers. Little potted things. Maybe even little gardens, like wheat and stuff. Like there's one little docket of water, and then a piece of soil, and then something growing. Alright. Well, you know what? This is a good time to stop, so I will call this an episode. I have made some progress. And wish you guys a good night. Like my video. Subscribe. Tell all your friends on pain of something horrible to subscribe as well. And go off and play your own games and enjoy, and don't take life too seriously.